The woman had been married into a powerful family for 3 years, yet her status in the household was somehow lower than that of the servants. She was constantly criticized by her mother-in-law and even pressured into following a pregnancy plan she never wanted. But what finally broke her heart was when her husband made her personally sign a consent form allowing him to help the family of the woman he had never truly let go of. And it all began at a family banquet. During the gathering, her father-in-law proudly announced that since his son had taken over the company, the group's profits had increased fivefold. The relatives immediately crowded around to congratulate them, but before long, all the conversation turned into pressure about having children. After all, the couple had been married for 3 years and still had no child. Faced with everyone's comments, her husband coldly said that his private affairs were none of their concern. For a moment, the woman thought he was finally defending her. But as soon as the banquet ended, her mother-in-law called her into the study and accused her of failing to persuade her husband to have a child sooner. Then she pulled out a packet of fertility medicine and demanded that the woman take it every single day until she became pregnant. This time, the woman finally refused. Her husband had never planned to have a child anytime soon, and she was tired of carrying all the pressure alone. But her mother-in-law became even more furious. In her eyes, the woman had not only failed to fulfill her duties as a wealthy family's daughter-in-law, she had also agreed to let her husband help the woman everyone in the family strongly disliked. It turned out that just a few days earlier, her husband had called her to the hospital and handed her a surgical consent form. He planned to donate bone marrow to help that woman's mother, and according to hospital procedure, his wife's signature was required. He never discussed the decision with her. He simply told her to sign. Although the woman was deeply disappointed, she eventually agreed. But what truly shattered her was when that other woman later came to see her personally. She pretended to explain herself, but every word only made it clearer that the man had never truly let her go. If she casually mentioned something she liked, he would go out of his way to buy it for her. If she was upset, he would immediately rush to her side. Even after all these years, the two of them had never stopped staying in contact. Then the woman mentioned the necklace around her neck, and that was when the wife suddenly realized something devastating. The necklace she had always treasured as a symbol of love from her husband was actually something the other woman had once rejected. At that moment, everything finally made sense. Many of the times her husband claimed to be busy or away on business had actually been connected to someone else. Later, when her husband noticed that something was wrong, he even asked why she never contacted him whenever she had problems. He promised that if she ever needed him, he would always show up immediately. But in the very next moment, a phone call from a friend exposed the lie. Her husband had just finished the bone marrow donation, yet instead of returning home, he stayed behind to personally arrange follow-up treatment for the other woman's mother. Hearing this, the woman suddenly became completely calm. 3 years of pain and resentment seemed to disappear all at once, because she had finally understood the truth. The thing that needed to end was never her own life. It was this marriage that had already lost all meaning. From that day forward, she no longer wanted to wait for anyone. She only wanted to start living for herself again.